guys, this test is gonna be insane. We're gonna hill climb 800 meters at 8%, full throttle all the time, full throttle downhill, full throttle uphill, and so on and so on. 100% to 0% battery. Let's see how the boards perform. Yo YouTube, what is up? Lots of people have requested a battery sag test of the new Evolve GTR versus the old one here, the GTX. So I charged both boards up to 100%, adjusted the belt tension and the tire pressure to have a fair comparison. We're gonna test the boards at 100% on a hill climb, which is about 8% and about 800 meters long. And we're gonna see at the different voltage levels how it compares. Let's get into it. Alright guys, we're currently exchanging the wheels. Want to have the same setup on both boards for the test. I just finished actually the test of the GTR and fuck, this is sick. Like there's almost no voltage sag. I drove it down all the way to 3% battery and it's insane. I'm really curious to see how the GTX is gonna hold up. See you in a bit. Alright guys, we just finished the test. I have to say I'm very impressed by the GTR. We're gonna have a look at the chart of course in a second. My initial verdict is GTR definitely has the edge. There's more power, less voltage sag, and especially when doing these hill climbs, well, I actually got 25 kilometers on the GTR, whereas on the GTX it cut off after 20 kilometers. So that actually means when you're doing lots of uphill, you're gonna have 25% more range on the GTR. Woo! That's an upgrade! Hey guys, we're back from the field test and I have all the data points compiled for an objective comparison. Being a scientist, I like to perform very controlled testing, so we kept everything equal in the test between the two boards. Both actually have a completely new battery. I adjusted the belt tension on both boards. We used the same wheels. There were a little bit of variation in wind speed, but it's not a big deal actually. Let's have a look into the chart. Alright, so here you have it. This is the chart of the performance of the GTR versus the GTX. The green line indicates the performance of the GTR, whereas the purple line indicates the performance of the GTX. We have the time on the y-axis, on the x-axis we have actually the distance traveled in kilometers. So as you can see already, the GTX only could manage the hill climb until the distance of 20 kilometers, whereas the GTR actually went all the way to 25 kilometers, fighting up only uphill all the time, which is crazy I think. The total distance of this board must be insane. The chart actually confirms my initial impression. The GTR is the killer and has the edge over the previous GT generation in every single measurement. The GTX also performed extremely well if you ask me. If you look at this part of the graph here, it's very close, but the GTR always has the edge. The GTX also performed extremely well, mainly because of its massive battery. This is it guys, that was my performance review of the new GTR battery versus the previous generation. I think it was an insane test. Going uphill 8% for 800 meters, going down immediately, going up, always full speed. There's not a lot of boards that can do that in the first place, and the two boards actually performed really well. If you want to see more of my content, head over to Instagram at VoltageFrog. Share some love, give me a follow, check out my content, and if you have any further questions, hit me up. I'm gonna do my best to answer the questions, and always keep shredding.